Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Talks. I'm Mia, and today we're going to do something really fun and useful together. We're going to learn English through a real-life experience. Going to the mall. When you go to the mall, you talk to people, you ask questions, you listen carefully, and you use English naturally in daily life situations. So today, I'll help you imagine that you're spending a day at the mall with me. You'll listen, repeat, and practice useful English sentences you can use when shopping, eating, asking for help, or simply chatting politely with people you meet. Take a deep breath, relax, and let's start walking into the world of real English together. When you arrive at the mall, you usually start by entering through the main doors. You might say things like, "Wow, it's so busy today," or "The mall looks beautiful with all these lights." These simple comments are perfect for small talk if you're with someone or if you want to start a friendly conversation. Now, imagine you're walking past the entrance security guard. You can greet them by saying, "Good afternoon," or "Hi, how are you?" Practicing polite greetings helps you sound more natural and confident in public places. Try saying it slowly. "Good afternoon, how are you today?" Now repeat after me. "Good afternoon, how are you today?" As you walk inside, you see many stores on both sides. Maybe you're planning to buy clothes, shoes, or a gift for a friend. You might also go to the food court later to eat something delicious. But before that, let's practice some useful expressions you can use in clothing stores. Imagine you enter a store called Style World. A shop assistant smiles and says, "Hi there, can I help you find something?" How do you answer? You can say, "Yes, please, I'm looking for a pair of jeans." Or, "No, thank you, I'm just looking around." These are very common and polite answers. Let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. "Yes, please, I'm looking for a pair of jeans." Again. "No, thank you, I'm just looking around." Notice how polite and simple they sound. You can use these phrases in any English-speaking country when you go shopping. When you're browsing clothes, you might want to ask about sizes. You can say, "Do you have this in a medium?" Or, "Is there a smaller size?" You can also ask, "Can I try this on?" when you want to go to the fitting room. The shop assistant may answer, "Sure, the fitting rooms are over there," or, "Of course, follow me, please." Practicing these lines helps you feel comfortable speaking English in public without hesitation. Try saying, "Can I try this on?" Again, "Can I try this on?" Good. Now imagine you're trying on a jacket. You look in the mirror and ask your friend, "How does it look?" Your friend might say, "It looks great on you," or, "I think the other color suits you better." These are very natural everyday sentences that make your English sound fluent and friendly. Now, let's do a little practice together. I'll say a sentence and you'll repeat it. "Excuse me, do you have this in another color?" Repeat, "Excuse me, do you have this in another color?" "Can I pay by card?" Repeat, "Can I pay by card?" "Do you have any discounts today?" Repeat, "Do you have any discounts today?" These are all real-life questions you'll hear at the mall every day. So it's important to get used to their rhythm and tone. When you practice out loud, your mouth gets used to forming English sounds naturally, just like a native speaker. After shopping for a while, maybe you start to feel hungry. You decide to go to the food court. There are so many options: pizza, burgers, noodles, salads, desserts. You walk up to a food counter and the cashier smiles at you. "Hi, what can I get for you?" she says. You can answer, "Hi, can I have a chicken burger and a small soda, please?" Always remember to use please and thank you to sound polite and natural. The cashier might say, "Sure, would you like fries with that?" You can answer, "No, thank you," or "Yes, please." These are short and common expressions you can use when ordering food in English. Now, let's practice some restaurant and food court phrases together. Can I see the menu, please? Repeat. Can I see the menu, please? I'd like a cup of coffee. Repeat. I'd like a cup of coffee. Can I get this to go? Repeat. Can I get this to go? When you say to go, it means you want to take your food with you instead of eating there. Practice these sentences several times until they sound natural. The more you repeat, the more confident you'll feel when ordering in English. After eating, you might want to go window shopping or look for something specific like a watch or perfume. You could ask, "Excuse me, where is the watch store?" Or, "Can you tell me where the perfume section is?" These questions are simple but very useful when you need directions. If a mall staff member answers, they might say, "It's on the second floor, next to the bookstore," or "Go straight and turn left at the corner." Always listen carefully and try to repeat the directions in your mind to remember them better. Let's practice together. I'll say the full conversation slowly. A. "Excuse me, can you tell me where the shoe store is?" B. "Sure, it's on the first floor near the escalator." Now, repeat after me. "Excuse me, can you tell me where the shoe store is?" "Sure, it's on the first floor near the escalator." Excellent. Now imagine you're paying for your shopping. You're at the cashier counter. The cashier says, "Will that be cash or card?" You can answer, "By card, please." Then she says, "Please insert your card or tap it on the machine." You follow the instructions, and when the payment is done, she says, "Here's your receipt. Have a nice day." You can reply, "Thank you, you too." These short and polite responses make your English sound very natural. Repeat after me. "Thank you, you too." "Have a nice day." These phrases are small but powerful because they show respect and friendliness. Let's do a short practice conversation now. A. "Hi, how can I help you today?" B. "I'm looking for a gift for my friend." A. "What kind of gift are you looking for?" B. "Maybe a watch or a perfume?" A. "We have some great options right here." B. "That's perfect, thank you." This short dialogue includes many common mall phrases you can use anywhere. Practice it several times until you can say it fluently and confidently. When you walk around the mall, you might also see signs and advertisements with English words like sale, 50% off, buy one, get one free, or new arrivals. Understanding these phrases will help you when shopping abroad or online. Sale means products are cheaper for a limited time. Buy one, get one free means you pay for one item and get another one for free. New arrivals means new products have just arrived in the store. Try to say these phrases out loud. Sale, buy one, get one free, new arrivals. You hear them all the time in real-life English shopping conversations. Now let's do a pronunciation practice. Say it after me slowly. "I'm looking for a pair of jeans. Do you have this in a small size?" Can I pay by card? Can I get a coffee to go? Thank you. Have a nice day. Great job. When you say these lines many times, your mouth remembers the rhythm of English speech. It's like training your muscles for fluency. Let's now imagine you meet a friend at the mall unexpectedly. You can say, "Hey, what a surprise. How are you?" Your friend might answer, "I'm good. I was just doing some shopping." What about you? You can reply, "Same here. I wanted to buy some clothes." These friendly exchanges are great for practicing small talk. Small talk is the key to natural English communication in everyday life. Practice this little chat with me. A. Hey, what a surprise. How are you? B. I'm good. I was just doing some shopping. What about you? A. Same here. I wanted to buy some clothes. Now repeat it once more with confidence and energy. When you spend more time at the mall, you might ask someone for directions to places like the restroom, parking area, or ATM. You can say, "Excuse me, where is the restroom?" Or, "Could you tell me where the parking lot is?" These polite questions show respect and clarity. Practice them now. "Excuse me, where is the restroom?" "Could you tell me where the parking lot is?" Excellent. And sometimes you may need to ask for help finding a brand or store. You can say, "I'm looking for the Zara store," or "Is there an Apple store here?" These questions are simple and direct. When you ask politely, people will always help you happily. Finally, let's do a relaxation exercise while reviewing what we learned today. Take a slow breath in and breathe out. Imagine you're walking calmly through the mall, smiling, using English words naturally, asking questions confidently, and understanding replies clearly. You're not just learning the words, you're living the language through everyday experiences. That's how real-life English practice works. It helps you think and speak in English without fear or hesitation. Keep listening, repeating, and imagining yourself in real-life situations. This is how fluency grows every day. When you've finished shopping for a while, you might want to sit down and rest. Maybe you find a comfortable bench near the fountain, or you sit beside the big glass window overlooking the parking area. You hear the gentle sound of people talking, children laughing, and soft music playing in the background. All around you, people are speaking English naturally, asking questions, giving directions, or talking about what they've just bought. Listening carefully to conversations around you helps train your ear to understand real-life English rhythm and pronunciation. Even short exchanges like, "I'll be right back," or "I'll wait here," are small moments of language learning when you're aware and focused. Now imagine you're taking a short break at a coffee shop inside the mall. You walk up to the counter and say, "Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please?" The barista smiles and says, "Sure, would you like it hot or iced?" You reply, "Hot, please." The barista asks, "What size?" And you answer, "Medium, please." Then she asks, "For here or to go?" You say, "For here, please." She smiles and says, "That'll be $4." You hand her your card and she says, "Thank you, your drink will be ready soon." This short conversation contains so many practical phrases that make real communication smoother. Let's repeat it slowly together. "Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please?" "Would you like it hot or iced?" "Hot, please." "What size?" "Medium, please." "For here or to go?" "For here, please." "That'll be $4." Thank you. Your drink will be ready soon. These are the exact expressions you'll hear in most English-speaking countries when ordering coffee or food. Now let's do a small listening and shadowing exercise. I'll say a sentence, then leave a pause for you to repeat. Ready? Can I have a cappuccino, please? Would you like it hot or iced? Medium, please. For here, please. Thank you. Excellent. Remember to copy not just the words, but also the tone and rhythm. That's how your English becomes more natural and fluent. After enjoying your coffee, you decide to continue exploring the mall. You walk past the electronics store, where you see the latest phones and headphones. The shop assistant greets you. Hello, are you looking for something specific today? You can answer, yes, I'm looking for wireless headphones, or just looking, thank you. When you want more information, you can ask questions like, does this have a good battery life? Or, how long does the warranty last? The assistant may reply, it has a 12-hour battery life, or the warranty is for 1 year. You can then say, that sounds good. Can I try them? Practice these with me now. Does this have a good battery life? How long does the warranty last? Can I try them? Very good. Shopping for electronics in English also teaches you some useful vocabulary like charger, earbuds, power bank, Bluetooth connection, and screen protector. These words are used in everyday situations, so repeating them helps you remember easily. Say them slowly with me now. Charger, earbuds, power bank, Bluetooth connection, screen protector. You can also learn how to describe your preferences. For example, I prefer this one because it's lighter, or I like this model better because it's cheaper. These are natural comparative sentences that make your English sound more complete and confident. When you finish at the electronics store, maybe you go to the bookstore next. You see shelves full of colorful books, notebooks, and magazines. You walk to the counter and ask, "Excuse me, do you have English storybooks for beginners?" The shopkeeper might say, "Yes, they're on the second shelf to your right." You can say, "Thank you so much," and start browsing. While you look at the books, you practice reading English titles, authors' names, and even short descriptions on the back covers. You pick one book and read quietly to yourself, trying to understand the meaning of each line. This is another real-life English practice moment. You're improving your vocabulary without sitting in a classroom. You can also ask, do you have any books about travel? Or, can I get a discount if I buy two? These are very natural sentences to use while shopping for books. Practice saying them slowly. Do you have any books about travel? Can I get a discount if I buy two? You can also compliment politely by saying, "This bookstore has a great collection," or "I love how well organized this place is." Compliments make conversations friendlier and more enjoyable. After that, let's imagine you go to a clothing store again. This time, you're shopping for shoes. You might say, "Excuse me, can I see this pair in size 8? The shop assistant replies, "Sure, give me a moment." You try them on and say, "They feel comfortable, but do you have them in black?" The assistant says, "Yes, we do. Let me check." You can reply, "Thank you, I'll wait." When she brings them, you try again and say, "Perfect, I'll take these." Let's practice this short scene together. "Excuse me, can I see this pair in size 8? They feel comfortable, but do you have them in black? Perfect, I'll take these." When you repeat this dialogue several times, you start to sound more like a fluent English speaker. Now let's practice pronunciation rhythm with a few shopping-related phrases. Repeat each one slowly with pauses. How much is this? Do you have this in my size? Can I return it if it doesn't fit? Do you take credit cards? Where is the fitting room? I'll take this one, please. Excellent. Speaking English clearly in stores gives you confidence to interact naturally when traveling abroad or talking to foreigners in your own country. Sometimes, while walking around the mall, you may hear announcements. For example, "Attention shoppers, our special weekend sale starts now," or "The food court will close at 9 p.m. Listening to announcements in English is also a great real-life practice because it trains your listening comprehension and helps you catch important words quickly. Practice listening to short phrases like "attention shoppers," "special discounts," "customer service desk," and "lost and found." These are common phrases used in large malls and public spaces. After walking for hours, you might feel a little tired, so you decide to find a quiet spot to rest again. Maybe you sit near a big decorative plant or by a window overlooking the city. You take out your phone, open your notes, and write down all the new English words you've heard today. This is a powerful learning technique. Writing down what you hear in real life helps you remember vocabulary longer. For example, you can write fitting room, receipt, discount, size, cashier, refund, customer service, and exchange policy. Then try to make short sentences with them. Where is the fitting room? Can I get a receipt, please? Do you offer a refund? Is there a discount today? Can I speak to customer service? What is your exchange policy? Practicing in this way makes learning feel real and alive. Now, let's imagine you're at the customer service desk because you want to exchange something you bought earlier. You walk up and say politely, "Hello, I bought this shirt yesterday, but it's the wrong size. Can I exchange it, please?" The staff member might say, "Of course. Do you have the receipt?" You reply, "Yes, here it is." They say, "No problem. You can pick another size or get a refund." You can answer, "I'd like to exchange it for a larger size, please." Let's practice this short dialogue slowly together. "Hello, I bought this shirt yesterday, but it's the wrong size. Can I exchange it, please?" "Of course. Do you have the receipt?" "Yes, here it is." You can pick another size or get a refund. "I'd like to exchange it for a larger size, please." Well done. These are real-life English phrases that make daily interactions smoother and more confident. When you use English in natural situations like this, your brain starts to connect the language to actions, not translations. You begin to think in English instead of translating from your native language. That's why practicing at places like malls, restaurants, or supermarkets is so effective. It turns language learning into part of your everyday life instead of a study session. Let's now move to another real-life mall situation, asking for help or directions when you're lost. You can say, "Excuse me, can you help me find the restroom?" Or, "Could you tell me where the elevator is?" Another common sentence is, "How do I get to the parking area?" If the person answers, listen carefully to prepositions and direction words like next to, across from, behind, in front of, and between. For example, the restroom is next to the coffee shop, or the elevator is across from the toy store. Repeat after me. The restroom is next to the coffee shop. The elevator is across from the toy store. The parking area is behind the mall. Great. These phrases help you describe and understand locations easily. Let's do a fun speaking exercise now. I'll describe a place and you imagine you're giving directions. For example, the shoe store is on the left of the escalator. Now you try. The bookshop is between the cafe and the clothing store. Again, the ATM is in front of the supermarket. Perfect. Practicing with location phrases improves your ability to describe places fluently and clearly. Now imagine it's evening. The mall lights are shining brightly, and the crowd is slowly getting smaller. You decide to do one last round of shopping before leaving. You enter a perfume store. The assistant greets you with a friendly smile and says, "Good evening. Are you looking for something special?" You can say, "Yes, I'm looking for a fresh fragrance for daily use," or "I need a gift for a friend." The assistant may reply, "We have some great options over here. Would you like to try this one?" You can answer, "Sure, it smells wonderful," or "It's a bit strong for me." Practice these polite reactions. "Sure, it smells wonderful. It's a bit strong for me. I'll take this one, please." These are helpful phrases for expressing opinions in English politely. When you're ready to pay, you can ask, "Can you gift wrap it, please?" Or, "Do you accept cards?" The assistant says, "Of course we do." And after payment, "Here you go. Have a lovely evening." You can reply, "Thank you, you too." Simple, kind, and natural. Just how real English conversation sounds every day. Before leaving the mall, you might want to take one last walk through the main hall. You notice how your confidence has grown throughout the day. At first, you were just listening. Then you started repeating. And now you're speaking naturally, responding politely, and expressing yourself in complete English sentences. That's what real-life practice does. It transforms your English from something you study into something you live. So, as you walk out of the mall tonight, remember this feeling. English is not just grammar and vocabulary, it's connection, communication, and confidence. Every time you go out, every time you speak, you're building your fluency one conversation at a time. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. When you step outside the perfume store, you can still smell the sweet scent in the air. You feel happy and confident because you've been practicing English naturally the whole day without even realizing it. Every conversation, every small sentence, every smile and polite word was part of your English growth. That's how real learning happens, not just by reading, but by living the language in small, simple moments. Now, as you walk toward the escalator, you hear people around you speaking. Some say, "Let's grab something to eat." Others say, "Meet me near the exit," or "I'll call you when I'm done shopping." These phrases are short but very common in real English life, and they're worth repeating until they become part of your speaking habit. Let's practice these small daily phrases together. Repeat after me slowly. Let's grab something to eat. Meet me near the exit. I'll call you when I'm done shopping. I'm just looking around. Can we go upstairs? Do you want to check another store? These are small, simple sentences, but they are the heart of fluent conversation. The more you practice them, the easier it becomes to speak without thinking too much. Now you decide to go upstairs to the accessories section. There are bags, wallets, sunglasses, and jewelry displays. All around, you walk up to a counter and say, "Excuse me, how much is this handbag?" The shop assistant smiles and says, "It's $50, but we're having a sale today. It's 20% off." You can reply, "Oh, that's nice. Do you have it in a different color?" The assistant might say, "Yes, we have it in brown and beige." You answer, "I'll take the brown one, please." These short exchanges build your confidence in using practical English in real shopping contexts. Let's repeat this small dialogue together. "Excuse me, how much is this handbag?" "It's $50, but we're having a sale today. It's 20% off." "Do you have it in a different color?" "Yes, we have it in brown and beige." "I'll take the brown one, please." Perfect. When you're paying for your bag, you might hear phrases like, "Would you like a receipt?" or "Do you need a bag?" You can reply, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you." These are polite responses that make you sound natural and respectful. Practice now. "Would you like a receipt?" "Yes, please." "Do you need a bag?" "No, thank you." Very good. After leaving the store, you decide to explore a few more places inside the mall. You pass by a cosmetic shop and you hear a customer asking, "Do you have this lipstick in another shade?" The assistant replies, "Yes, we have it in red, pink, and nude." You might also hear someone say, "Can I test this product?" or "Is this on sale?" All these sentences are great examples of how people speak naturally when they shop. Try repeating them with me. "Do you have this in another shade?" "Can I test this product?" "Is this on sale?" Each time you repeat, you train your ear and mouth to work together in English rhythm. Now imagine you stop at a store that sells watches. The salesperson approaches and says, "Good afternoon. Are you looking for something elegant or casual?" You can reply, "I'm looking for something casual for daily use." The salesperson might say, "We have some great options here. Would you like to try this one?" You answer, "Yes, please." As you try it on, you can ask, "Is it waterproof?" or "How much is it?" The salesperson replies, "Yes, it's waterproof, and it's $70. You can say, "That's great, I'll take it." Repeat after me slowly. "I'm looking for something casual for daily use. Is it waterproof? How much is it? That's great, I'll take it." Perfect pronunciation and flow make your speech sound confident and clear. Next, let's imagine a situation where you're not sure where to find something. You might walk up to an information desk and say, "Excuse me, where can I find the pharmacy?" The staff member says it's on the ground floor near the entrance. You can reply, "Thank you so much." Another example could be, "Excuse me, where is the toy store?" The answer might be, "It's right next to the food court." These short direction-based interactions are essential in real life. Let's repeat them slowly. "Excuse me, where can I find the pharmacy?" "It's on the ground floor near the entrance." "Excuse me, where is the toy store?" "It's right next to the food court." These examples are simple, but they help you build natural speaking confidence in public. After walking so much, maybe you decide to go back to the food court for a snack. You find a small bakery and decide to get a slice of cake. You walk up to the counter and say, "Hi, can I get a slice of chocolate cake, please?" The cashier says, "Sure, anything to drink?" You reply, "Just water, please." She says, "For here or to go?" You answer, "For here, please." These short food-related dialogues are common in any English-speaking country, so they're worth practicing again and again. Repeat after me. Hi, can I get a slice of chocolate cake, please? Anything to drink? Just water, please. For here or to go? For here, please. Excellent. As you sit down and enjoy your snack, you hear soft music playing again and people chatting around you. You notice how much English surrounds you. Signs, conversations, announcements, menus, labels. It's everywhere. This is what real-life immersion feels like. You start noticing how natural English is not about complicated grammar, but about connection and clarity. You start realizing that simple, polite, confident English is more powerful than memorized textbook phrases. So when you're at the mall or any public place, always try to listen, repeat, and even whisper the sentences you hear. It keeps your speaking muscles active and your brain connected to English rhythm. After finishing your snack, you walk around again and stop near a small gift shop. You're looking for something special for your friend's birthday. You walk in and say, "Hi, I'm looking for a birthday gift for my friend. Can you recommend something?" The shopkeeper smiles and says, "Of course. How old is your friend?" You answer, "She's 25. The shopkeeper says, "Maybe she'd like this photo frame or a scented candle." You can reply, "That's a great idea. I'll take the candle." Practice this dialogue with me. Hi, I'm looking for a birthday gift for my friend. Can you recommend something? How old is your friend? She's 25. Maybe she'd like this photo frame or a scented candle. That's a great idea. I'll take the candle. Good job. Now let's do a quick shadowing exercise. I'll say short, useful shopping phrases, and you repeat them after me naturally. How much does this cost? Do you have this in blue? Can I return this later? Is this the final price? Can I get a receipt, please? Do you offer any student discounts? Can I pay by cash? Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Wonderful. You're doing great. When you repeat these phrases out loud, you're training both your listening and speaking muscles at the same time. That's how real English fluency develops slowly but steadily. Now imagine you're walking near a big store that sells home items, furniture, lamps, and decorations. You see a family talking with the salesperson. They say things like, "We're looking for a new sofa," or "Do you have this in another color?" You hear the salesperson say, "Yes, we have it in gray and beige," and the customer replies, "That's perfect. Can you deliver it?" The salesperson answers, "Yes, we offer free delivery within 2 days." These are useful real-life sentences for talking about shopping and services. Repeat after me slowly. We're looking for a new sofa. Do you have this in another color? Can you deliver it? We offer free delivery within 2 days. Each phrase helps you build confidence for real-life conversations in English stores. Let's imagine now that you go to an ice cream stall inside the mall. You smile and say, "Hi, can I get a scoop of vanilla ice cream, please?" The vendor says, "In a cone or a cup?" You reply, "In a cup, please." He says, "Would you like any toppings?" You answer, "Yes, chocolate chips, please." He says, "That'll be $3." You pay and say, "Thank you." He smiles and says, "Enjoy. Practice with me now." "Hi, can I get a scoop of vanilla ice cream, please?" "In a cup, please." "Yes, chocolate chips, please." "Thank you." "Enjoy." This little dialogue shows how polite English helps you communicate smoothly, even in short everyday moments. Later, you walk past the entrance again and notice a big directory sign listing all the stores in the mall. You read words like food court, electronics, fashion, accessories, customer service, and exit. Reading these signs and repeating them out loud helps you strengthen your vocabulary naturally. Try saying them with me now. Food court, electronics, fashion, accessories, customer service, exit. You can also use them in short sentences like, "The food court is on the top floor." "The fashion section is next to the escalator." "The electronics shop is near the main entrance." These short examples make your learning practical and real. As the evening continues, you decide to stop at one last store, maybe a sports shop. You enter and see shoes, jackets, and backpacks. You say, "Hi, I'm looking for a running jacket." The assistant says, "We have a few options. What size are you?" You reply, "Medium." The assistant says, "This one is waterproof and lightweight." You can reply, "That's perfect. I'll take it." Practice this conversation now. "Hi, I'm looking for a running jacket." "What size are you?" "Medium." "This one is waterproof and lightweight." "That's perfect. I'll take it." Every real-life English sentence you practice like this prepares you for fluent conversations in real situations. As you walk out of the store with your new jacket, you realize how natural it feels to use English in daily life. You're no longer afraid to speak or ask questions. You've learned how to greet politely, ask for help, make small talk, and express preferences, all while doing something as simple as shopping at the mall. That's what real-life English is all about. Connecting language to everyday action so that it stays in your mind effortlessly. When you leave the mall for the day, take a moment to reflect on how much English you practiced without even opening a textbook. You learned greetings, polite phrases, shopping vocabulary, direction words, restaurant expressions, and conversation rhythm, all through one simple experience. And that's the power of daily immersion practice. The more you live English, the more you speak it naturally. As the evening grows softer and the lights in the mall begin to shine brighter, the atmosphere changes slightly. There's a cozy feeling in the air. Families walk together, friends laugh as they carry their shopping bags, and the sound of footsteps and music fills every corner. You take a slow walk through the mall, noticing how much English you've used today. You've asked questions, made small talk, ordered food, and even complimented people politely. Every word, every sentence is a small step toward fluency. And the best part? You're learning through real life, not just studying from a book. Now imagine you walk past a small information booth again, and you see a sign that says, "Lost and Found." Maybe you lost your scarf or forgot your umbrella somewhere. You walk up to the counter and say, "Excuse me, I think I lost my umbrella. Has anyone turned it in?" The staff member replies, "Let me check. What color is it?" You say, "It's black with a silver handle." She smiles and says, "Yes, we have one here. Can you please describe it again?" You repeat, It's black with a silver handle. She hands it over and says, "Here you go." You say, "Thank you so much." This small conversation teaches you useful real-world English. Let's practice it together. "Excuse me, I think I lost my umbrella. Has anyone turned it in? What color is it?" "It's black with a silver handle." "Here you go." "Thank you so much." These short but polite interactions build your confidence when you need help in public places. Now, let's imagine you're walking toward the parking area. You might stop at a small convenience store to grab a bottle of water before leaving. You say, "Hi, can I get a bottle of water, please?" The cashier says, "Sure, that'll be $1. You hand over the money and say, "Here you go." The cashier replies, "Thank you, have a great evening." You smile and say, "You too." Simple exchanges like these happen every day in English-speaking environments. They're short but full of natural rhythm and polite tone. Repeat after me slowly. "Hi, can I get a bottle of water, please?" "Sure, that'll be $1. Thank you, have a great evening." "You too." The more you repeat these, the easier they become a natural part of your speech. Let's do a little real-life pronunciation practice now. Listen and repeat clearly with a small pause after each line. "Excuse me? Could you help me? How much does it cost? Do you have this in another color? Can I try this on? Where is the fitting room? That's perfect, I'll take it. Can I pay by card? Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Great job." Practicing with real phrases builds not only your vocabulary, but also your tone and rhythm, the natural sound of English conversation. As you walk further down the mall, you notice a children's play area and hear parents talking in English. They use soft, simple sentences like, "Be careful," "Come here," "Let's go," or "Do you want ice cream?" These everyday expressions are also part of real English you can practice anywhere. They might seem small, but they are the sentences people actually use every day. Try saying them with me. "Be careful," "Come here," "Let's go," "Do you want ice cream?" Short, clear, and friendly. That's the key to real fluency. Now let's picture another real-life scene. You're walking past a jewelry store and you decide to take a look. The salesperson smiles and says, "Good evening. Are you looking for something special?" You can say, "Yes, I'm looking for a necklace for my sister." She might say, "We have many designs. Would you like silver or gold?" You reply, "Silver, please." She shows you a few options and says, "This one is very popular." You can respond, "It's beautiful. How much is it?" She says, "It's $90. You say, "I'll take it, please." These real shopping interactions are very natural and common in English-speaking places. Repeat this. Dialogue with me now. Are you looking for something special? Yes, I'm looking for a necklace for my sister. Would you like silver or gold? Silver, please. It's beautiful. How much is it? I'll take it, please. Perfect. The more you practice speaking aloud like this, the more confident you become when it's time to speak for real. After that, you might pass by an escalator and hear people talking casually. One person might say, "Let's go down to the first floor." Another might say, "I think the shoe store is upstairs." These direction phrases are easy and helpful. Let's repeat them together slowly. Let's go down to the first floor. I think the shoe store is upstairs. The restroom is near the elevator. The food court is on the top floor. The parking lot is outside. Excellent. These short sentences are practical and can be used in many daily life situations, not only in malls, but also in airports, hotels, and offices. Now imagine you meet a new friend at the mall. Maybe you both like the same brand, or were looking at the same item in a store. You smile and start a friendly conversation. You say, "Hi, I like your style. Are you shopping for something special today?" The person replies, "Thanks, just looking for a new jacket. What about you?" You say, "I'm looking for a gift for a friend." The other person smiles and says, "Oh, that's nice." These small social exchanges are natural and warm. Let's practice this small talk together. "Hi, I like your style. Are you shopping for something special today?" "Thanks. Just looking for a new jacket. What about you?" "I'm looking for a gift for a friend." "Oh, that's nice." This kind of casual conversation helps you build real communication skills. It's not about perfect grammar, but about natural flow and friendliness. Now let's talk about asking for opinions and giving them politely, something that happens a lot when shopping with friends. You might say, "What do you think of this shirt?" Or, "Does this color look good on me?" Your friend might answer, "Yes, it looks great." Or, "I think the other one suits you better." You can reply, "Really? I wasn't sure." Let's practice this conversation now. "What do you think of this shirt?" "It looks great." "I think the other one suits you better." "Really? I wasn't sure." These simple exchanges teach you how to be expressive, curious, and polite in English. Now imagine you're paying for your shopping again, but this time you need to ask about refunds. You can say, "Excuse me, what's your return policy?" The cashier replies, "You can return it within 7 days with the receipt." You say, "Okay, thank you." Repeat after me. "Excuse me? What's your return policy?" "You can return it within 7 days with the receipt." "Okay, thank you." These sentences help you manage real shopping situations smoothly and politely. Let's take a few seconds for pronunciation training again. Focus on the natural stress of each sentence. What do you think of this? Does this look good on me? Can I try this on? Do you have this in a smaller size? Where is the checkout counter? I'll take this one, please. Can I return it later? Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Practicing with this soft rhythm helps you sound calm and fluent, just like a native speaker would in casual situations. Now you walk past the perfume section again, and the staff offers you a small sample. You say, "Thank you," and she says, "You're welcome." You smell the perfume and say, "That's lovely. What's it called?" She answers, "It's called Ocean Breeze." You can respond, "It smells fresh. I like it." Repeat these sentences slowly after me. "That's lovely. What's it called?" "It smells fresh. I like it." Excellent. You're not just learning English. You're learning how to connect emotions and expressions with your words, which makes communication sound more human and warm. Now imagine you go to a store with a big sale sign outside. The salesperson says, "Everything is 50% off today." You can say, "Wow, that's amazing. Is this shirt included in the sale?" She says, "Yes, everything in this section is half off." You reply, "That's great. I'll take a look." Repeat after me. Wow, that's amazing. Is this shirt included in the sale? Yes, everything in this section is half off. That's great. I'll take a look. These kinds of interactions are fun and positive, the kind that make speaking English feel easy and natural. Sometimes you might overhear small group conversations while walking around the mall. Friends might say things like, "Let's meet at the food court later," or "I'll text you when I'm done," or "Let's check out that new store." These are great phrases to learn and use. Try repeating them now. Let's meet at the food court later. I'll text you when I'm done. Let's check out that new store. They help you build real conversational fluency, the kind that native speakers use in everyday life. You walk a little more, and you see people taking photos in front of a decorated Christmas tree in the middle of the mall. You might hear someone say, "Can you take a picture for us, please?" You can answer, "Sure, no problem." After taking the picture, they might say, "Thank you so much," and you reply, "You're welcome." Simple, kind, and natural English communication. Let's practice that now. Can you take a picture for us, please? Sure, no problem. Thank you so much. You're welcome. These friendly social interactions make your English sound warm and confident, just like a native speaker's. When you finally walk back toward the main entrance, you might pass a small gift kiosk again and decide to buy something last minute. You say, "Hi, can I get one of these keychains, please?" The seller says, "Sure, which one would you like?" You reply, "The blue one, please." She says, "Here you go." You answer, "Thank you very much." Repeat after me. "Can I get one of these keychains, please?" "The blue one, please." "Thank you very much." These small sentences are short but powerful for real-world English communication. As you walk outside, the air feels cooler. You take a moment to breathe and reflect. You've practiced English through every simple action: asking, thanking, ordering, buying, describing, complimenting, and sharing. You didn't just learn English, you used it, and that's what makes you fluent step by step. Every small phrase becomes part of your natural speech when you connect it with real life. So, as the day at the mall comes to an end, remind yourself that English practice is everywhere, not just in lessons or books, but in the rhythm of your day. Every shop, every conversation, every smile is a chance to grow. All you need is curiosity, politeness, and a little bit of courage to speak out loud. And every time you do, your English becomes a little more alive, a little more you. After leaving the mall, you stand outside for a moment and feel the cool breeze on your face. The parking lot is lit up, cars are slowly moving in and out, and you can hear the soft hum of evening life. You realize that spending the day at the mall was not just about shopping. It was about connecting with people, practicing your English, and learning to speak naturally through real experiences. But before you go home, let's imagine that you decide to go back inside for one last walk. Maybe you forgot something, or maybe you just want to look around a little more before the shops close. This time, you're more confident than ever, ready to use everything you've learned today. You walk back through the sliding doors, and you hear the security guard greet you with a polite, "Welcome back." You smile and reply, "Thank you." You notice how even short, polite exchanges feel easier now. As you walk along the bright corridor, you pass by people chatting in English. some asking about prices, others discussing their day. You catch phrases like, "Let's meet near the fountain," "I'll grab a coffee," and "see you in 5 minutes." These are all simple, useful expressions that fill everyday English conversations. Try repeating them with me. Slowly. "Let's meet near the fountain." "I'll grab a coffee." "See you in 5 minutes." The more you repeat, the more they become natural in your own speech. You decide to stop at a coffee shop again, just to relax a little more. You walk up to the counter and say, "Hi, can I get a latte, please?" The barista smiles and says, "Of course. What size would you like?" You answer, "Medium, please." She asks, "Would you like sugar or syrup?" You say, "No sugar, thank you." The barista replies, "Your total is $3. You tap your card and say, "Here you go." She replies, "Thank you, your drink will be ready soon." You smile and say, "Thanks." Let's practice that conversation now. "Hi, can I get a latte, please?" "What size would you like?" "Medium, please." "Would you like sugar or syrup?" "No sugar, thank you." Your total is $3. Here you go. Thank you, your drink will be ready soon. Thanks. Simple, polite, and realistic. Exactly how people speak every day. You take your coffee and sit near the window. As you sip slowly, you think about how learning English doesn't have to be stressful or boring. It can be gentle, calm, and part of your normal day. Every time you listen carefully, repeat naturally, and speak without fear, you move closer to fluency. You notice a group of students sitting nearby, laughing and chatting in English. You catch some of their sentences. "That was so funny. I can't believe it. You should have seen it." These casual expressions are what make English feel alive, full of emotion and connection. Try saying them with me. "That was so funny. I can't believe it. You should have seen it." Learning phrases like these helps you sound natural and expressive in conversation. After finishing your coffee, you decide to walk into a bookstore again. You notice a section with self-improvement books and English learning guides. You pick up one and start reading the back cover quietly. You see phrases like "build confidence," "communicate easily," and "speak with fluency." You smile because those are exactly the goals you're already working toward. As you put the book back, a shop assistant walks over and says, "Hi, are you looking for anything special?" You reply, "I'm just browsing, thank you." She smiles and says, "Let me know if you need any help." You nod politely and say, "Sure, thank you." Practice this short scene with me. "Hi, are you looking for anything special?" "I'm just browsing, thank you." "Let me know if you need any help." "Sure, thank you." These natural conversations are so simple yet so valuable for real-world English practice. You move to the magazine section and flip through a few pages. You see lifestyle articles, travel stories, and photos of beautiful cities. You whisper the headlines to yourself in English. "Best places to visit this summer," "Healthy habits for a better life," "Simple tips to stay motivated." Reading out loud, even softly, helps improve your pronunciation and rhythm. Try it now with me. "Best places to visit this summer," "Healthy habits for a better life," "Simple tips to stay motivated." Reading like this keeps your English active and alive, even when you're alone. After leaving the bookstore, you walk toward the elevator. A family is waiting there too. The father presses the button and smiles politely. You smile back and say, "Thank you." He says, "No problem." You hear the elevator bell ding and everyone steps in. Inside, you hear short, polite exchanges. "What floor?" "Second, please." "Here you go." "Thanks." Simple and common English moments that happen every day, yet they're perfect practice opportunities. Repeat them after me slowly. "What floor?" "Second, please." "Here you go." "Thanks." Every polite word adds to your fluency because it teaches you tone and timing, two things that make speech sound natural. The elevator doors open and you walk out into another section of the mall where you see a few pop-up stalls selling handmade items. You stop to look at one that sells candles and small crafts. The seller greets you warmly. "Hello, would you like to smell our new collection?" You smile and say, "Sure, they look beautiful." She hands you a small candle and says, "This one is lavender. It's very relaxing." You reply, "It smells amazing." Then she says, "We also have rose and vanilla." You say, "I think I'll take the lavender one." She smiles and says, "Great choice. That'll be $5. You hand her the money and say, "Here you go." She says, "Thank you. Have a great evening." You reply, "You too." Let's repeat that whole scene slowly. Would you like to smell our new collection? Sure, they look beautiful. It smells amazing. I'll take the lavender one. Here you go. Thank you. Have a great evening. You too. These friendly and polite exchanges make your English sound warm and natural. After buying the candle, you walk further and hear a soft voice from a stall selling scarves and accessories. The vendor says, "Everything is on sale today. Buy one, get one half off." You look around and say, "That's a good deal. How much is this one?" She says, "It's $15, but with the offer, the second one is only $7. You reply, "That's great. I'll take both." She smiles and says, "Would you like them wrapped?" You answer, "Yes, please, that would be lovely." She hands them to you and says, "Here you go." You smile and say, "Thank you so much." Repeat this short dialogue with me. "That's a good deal. How much is this one?" "It's $15, but the second one is only $7. "That's great, I'll take both." "Would you like them wrapped?" "Yes, please, that would be lovely." "Thank you so much." These phrases teach you not just what to say, but how to say it, kindly and politely. You continue walking, carrying your new purchases, and notice a young couple taking a selfie near the mall's Christmas display. They seem to be enjoying their time, laughing and chatting in English. You hear them say, "Hold still," "Smile," and "That's perfect." These short phrases are great examples of casual, friendly English used in real life. Try them now. Hold still. Smile. That's perfect. You can also use them yourself when taking pictures with friends or family. Small, positive expressions like these make your speech sound lively and real. Now you find a small corner of the mall where people are sitting and relaxing on benches. You sit down for a while and listen to the background sounds, soft music, footsteps, and bits of conversation. Someone nearby says, "I think the store closes at 9. Another person replies, "We still have time." You can practice these everyday statements too. "I think the store closes at 9. We still have time. Let's check one more shop. I'll wait here." Text me when you're done. Don't forget your bag. Every one of these small sentences represents the kind of English people actually use daily. Practicing them helps you sound natural and confident in real situations. After a few minutes, you decide to visit the supermarket inside the mall. You grab a basket and walk through the aisles. You read signs like fresh fruits, dairy products, snacks, and beverages. You walk to the fruit section and say to the staff, "Excuse me, are these apples organic?" The staff replies, "Yes, they are." You say, "Great, I'll take some." Then you walk to the cashier and say, "Hi, can I pay by card?" The cashier says, "Of course." You tap your card and say, "Thank you." The cashier replies, "Have a nice day." You say, "You too." Let's practice these lines together. Are these apples organic? Yes, they are. I'll take some. Can I pay by card? Have a nice day. You too. These small, real-life sentences are so practical and easy to remember. Once you leave the supermarket, your shopping bags feel full, but your confidence feels even fuller. You realize that every single moment, asking, paying, greeting, thanking, was a chance to practice English. You didn't have to memorize rules or translate sentences. You simply lived the language naturally. That's the secret to real fluency. Every time you act out real-life scenes, you train your mind to think in English automatically. You take one last walk through the central area of the mall before heading out. The bright lights reflect off the shiny floor. The scent of food still lingers in the air, and soft laughter echoes through the space. You smile, thinking about how far you've come. A few months ago, speaking English in public made you nervous, but now it feels normal. You don't have to plan every sentence. Words just come out naturally. That's the result of practice, patience, and real-life experience. So as you head toward the exit, you remind yourself, every day can be your English classroom. Whether you're at a mall, a cafe, a park, or a bus stop, every moment is a chance to speak, listen, and grow. You take a deep breath, step outside again, and feel a quiet sense of pride. You've not only learned English, you've lived it today. And tomorrow you can do it again, in another place, another moment, another conversation. That's how real learning continues, slowly, steadily, beautifully. When you reach the parking lot again, the night air feels calm and a little cool. You pause for a moment, holding your shopping bags, and look back at the bright mall lights behind you. The sound of people talking, doors opening, and soft background music still fills the space. But it's quieter now. You realize how many small English phrases and sentences have become a part of your voice today. You didn't memorize them. You used them, lived them, and heard them again and again until they felt natural. That's the beauty of real-life English. It becomes part of you without forcing it. You walk toward your car and see a parking attendant nearby. You smile and say, "Good evening." He smiles back and says, "Good evening. Have a nice night." You reply, "Thank you, you too." Such small, polite exchanges make you feel connected and confident. Let's repeat those lines together, slowly. Good evening. Have a nice night. Thank you, you too. Short, friendly, and real. That's how English feels when it becomes part of daily life. Now imagine that before you leave, you decide to go back inside one last time to check a store that you missed earlier. As you walk back through the main entrance, you hear an announcement over the speakers. Dear customers, the mall will be closing in 30 minutes. Please make your final purchases. You understand it clearly now because your listening skills have improved so much. You smile and think to yourself, wow, I can understand everything easily. You walk quickly toward the last store you wanted to visit, a small gadget shop that sells phone accessories and smart devices. You enter the shop and the salesperson greets you with a warm smile. Hello, looking for something today? You reply, yes, I'm looking for a phone case for my new phone. He says, sure, what model is it? You answer, it's the iPhone 14. He nods and says, we have many options. Do you prefer transparent or colored? You reply, transparent, please. He shows you a few and you say, this one looks nice. How much is it? He answers, it's $10. You say, I'll take it, please. He packs it, smiles, and says, thank you very much. You reply, thank you. Have a great night. Repeat this conversation slowly after me. I'm looking for a phone case for my new phone. What model is it? Do you prefer transparent or colored? This one looks nice. How much is it? I'll take it, please. Thank you. Have a great night. Excellent. You've just practiced another real-life shopping dialogue, exactly the kind you'll use in any English-speaking country. As you walk out of the shop, you notice a group of teenagers talking and laughing in English near the entrance. You hear them use phrases like, that's so cool, let's go upstairs, wait for me, and I'll catch up with you. These casual expressions are everywhere in real conversation. They're short, natural, and full of emotion. Let's repeat some of them together. That's so cool. Let's go upstairs. Wait for me. I'll catch up with you. Practicing such simple sentences helps you sound relaxed and fluent when you speak. Now you take the escalator up again, just to walk around one last time before the mall closes. You pass by a toy store and see a little boy asking his mom in English, can I have this one, please? The mother smiles and says, maybe next time. The boy says, please, it's my favorite. The mom laughs softly and says, all right, just this one. These sweet, natural exchanges are beautiful examples of English in daily family life. Try repeating them softly with me. Can I have this one, please? Maybe next time. Please, it's my favorite. All right, just this one. They're simple, emotional, and real, exactly how people speak every day. As you walk further, you notice another store closing down for the night. You hear the staff talking politely to the last few customers. We're closing in a few minutes. No rush, take your time. Have a good night. These are polite, friendly ways to communicate with people in service jobs. Practice saying them now. We're closing in a few minutes. No rush, take your time. Have a good night. Real-life English is full of these small, polite phrases. They make communication warm and respectful. You find yourself back at the center of the mall again, near the big fountain that sparkles under the lights. You sit down on a bench nearby, watching people slowly making their way toward the exits. A mother is helping her child put on a jacket and saying, it's getting cold outside. A man is talking on the phone saying, I'm at the entrance, where are you? A couple walks past saying, let's go grab dinner after this. These are the sounds of real English, not from textbooks, but from everyday life. Try repeating these phrases now. It's getting cold outside. I'm at the entrance. Where are you? Let's go grab dinner after this. Short, simple, but powerful for fluency. You take a moment to think about all the small sentences you've heard today. Greetings, questions, requests, compliments, and thank yous. You realize that each one of them is a building block of real communication. And when you practice them regularly, you start to think in English instead of translating in your head. That's the key to fluency, thinking, not memorizing. Let's do a little reflection exercise now. Imagine you're back at the start of your day, entering the mall for the first time. You greet the security guard. You walk into a store. You ask for help. You order food. You buy something. Every moment you use small, polite English sentences naturally. Each action becomes a chance to learn. Repeat these sentences with me once more, slowly and confidently. Excuse me, can you help me? Do you have this in another color? How much does it cost? Can I pay by card? Thank you so much. Have a great day. When you can say these effortlessly, you're not just learning English, you're living it. Now imagine you stop by a clothing store that's almost closing. You say, "Hi, are you still open?" The shopkeeper says, "Yes, for a few more minutes." You reply, "Great, I'll be quick." You look around and see a jacket you like. You say, "Can I try this on quickly?" The shopkeeper nods and says, "Sure, fitting room is over there." You try it, look in the mirror, and say, "It fits perfectly, I'll take it." The shopkeeper smiles and says, "That'll be $45. You pay and say, "Here you go." They reply, "Thank you, have a good night." You smile back and say, "You too." Practice that whole conversation with me now. "Hi, are you still open?" "Great, I'll be quick." "Can I try this on quickly?" "It fits perfectly, I'll take it." "Thank you, have a good night." "You too." Perfect. That's real, practical, natural English for real life. As you step out of the shop, the lights start to dim slightly as closing time approaches. The music softens, and cleaning staff begin preparing for the night. You walk slowly toward the exit, still listening to the soft buzz of English conversations around you. It feels peaceful. You notice a janitor sweeping near the corner and say politely, "Good night." He smiles and says, "Good night, take care." You reply, "Thanks, you too." Politeness like this goes a long way. It makes you sound kind, confident, and natural. Repeat with me. Good night. Take care. Thanks, you too. See how warm and genuine it sounds when you say it softly. Before you leave, you decide to take one last look at the big sign near the entrance listing all the stores in the mall. You read it out loud, practicing pronunciation. Clothing, electronics, home goods, books, food court, restrooms, customer service. These are simple words, but saying them aloud strengthens your speaking confidence. Try repeating with me. Clothing, electronics, home goods, books, food court, restrooms, customer service. These are real words you'll use anywhere, so practice them until they roll off your tongue easily. You step outside again, feeling the cool air of the evening wrap around you. The parking lot lights shimmer against the pavement, and you take a deep breath, feeling calm and satisfied. You think back to how natural English sounded all day long, how you understood everything easily and responded politely without hesitation. That's what happens when you expose yourself to real-world practice instead of only studying grammar rules. English becomes a part of your life, not just a subject to study. Let's do one last reflection practice before you drive home. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine walking through the mall again. You greet people, ask questions, make small talk, listen to announcements, order food, ask for directions, and say thank you. Every time you speak, you sound a little more natural, a little more fluent, a little more confident. That's what progress feels like. Not sudden, but gentle, slow, and real. Repeat after me softly as a reminder to yourself. I can speak English confidently. I can understand people easily. I can use English in real life. Every day I'm improving. English is becoming natural to me. I enjoy speaking it. Beautiful. You're not just practicing words, you're changing the way you think, listen, and connect with the world. As you open your car door, you look back one last time at the mall. The lights shimmer quietly through the glass walls, and you smile, feeling proud of how far you've come. You whisper softly to yourself, I did it. I lived in English today. And you know deep down that every time you step into a new real-life situation, at a cafe, in a store, at an airport, or at a mall, you're not just visiting a place. You're training your voice, your ear, and your mind to live in English. And that's how true fluency is built, one real moment at a time. Every small conversation, every simple question, every polite thank you is a building block. Together, they create the natural confidence that lets you speak freely, clearly, and beautifully. Keep walking, keep listening, keep speaking. The world is your classroom, and English is your constant companion on this journey. You start driving home, and as you leave them all behind, the lights slowly fade into the distance. You feel peaceful, almost proud, because you didn't just shop or walk around. You practiced English naturally through every moment. Every small word you spoke, every polite sentence, every tiny question became part of your real English story. It wasn't a grammar lesson, it was real life. And that's how true fluency grows. One conversation, one smile, one small moment at a time. As you drive, you think about all the situations you experience today. Greeting the security guard, asking for directions, ordering food, making small talk with strangers, understanding announcements. These small, everyday things gave you something much more valuable than vocabulary. They gave you real communication skills. You begin to realize that learning English doesn't only happen in books or classrooms. It happens in daily life, in places like malls, cafes, parks, or anywhere people talk, laugh, and connect. Now imagine tomorrow you visit the mall again, but this time you decide to challenge yourself a little more. Instead of just listening, you speak first. You ask more questions. You try to start small conversations. You say hello to the shop assistant before they greet you. You thank people with a smile, not just words. You ask, "How's your day going?" instead of a simple, "Hi." You sound warm, confident, and friendly. Let's practice that tone now. "Hi, how's your day going?" "Pretty good, thanks. And yours?" "It's great, thank you." This kind of conversation builds connection, and connection is what makes language come alive. You walk into a clothing store again. The assistant says, "Hello, welcome in." You smile and say, "Hi there, how are you doing today?" She replies, "I'm great, thanks. Let me know if you need any help. You say, "Sure, I'm looking for something casual for the weekend." She nods and says, "We just got new arrivals. Let me show you." You follow her and say, "That would be great, thank you." Practice these lines slowly now. "Hi there, how are you doing today?" "I'm looking for something casual for the weekend." "That would be great, thank you." Perfect. The more you practice conversations like this, the more confident you become in speaking English naturally, without hesitation or fear. After looking around, you see a shirt you like. You hold it up and say, "I really like this color." The assistant smiles and says, "Yes, that shade looks great on you." You say, "Do you have this in a smaller size?" She replies, "Let me check." "Yes, here you go." You say, "Thanks so much." Try repeating those short, natural sentences now. "I really like this color." "That shade looks great on you." "Do you have this in a smaller size?" "Thanks so much." Every line like this adds personality to your English. You're not just speaking correctly, you're speaking naturally. Now imagine you meet a friend at the mall by surprise. She says, "Hey, what a coincidence. I didn't expect to see you here." You reply, "I know, right? I just came to buy a few things." She laughs and says, "Same here. I needed some new shoes." You say, "Do you want to grab a coffee after this?" She replies, "Sure, that sounds great." Let's practice that little dialogue together slowly. "Hey, what a coincidence. I didn't expect to see you here." "I just came to buy a few things." "Same here. I needed some new shoes." "Do you want to grab a coffee after this?" "Sure, that sounds great." These kinds of friendly, natural conversations are what make English feel alive. You both walk to a cafe, and the barista greets you. "Hi, what can I get for you?" You say, "Hi, can I have 2 cappuccinos, please?" The barista replies, "Sure, anything else?" You answer, "That's all, thank you." When the drinks are ready, the barista says, "Here you go." You smile and say, "Thanks." Let's repeat that short conversation now. "Hi, can I have 2 cappuccinos, please?" "Anything else?" "That's all, thank you." "Here you go." "Thanks." Smooth, simple, real. The kind of exchange that helps you practice politeness and natural flow. As you sit down with your friend, you begin chatting in English. You say, "This mall is always so busy." Your friend replies, "Yeah, especially on weekends." You say, "I love coming here though. It's such a nice place to relax." Your friend nods and says, "True, the atmosphere is really nice." You both take a sip of coffee and smile. Repeat those lines softly now. "This mall is always so busy, especially on weekends. It's such a nice place to relax. The atmosphere is really nice." Each line is short, natural, and perfect for daily speaking practice. After talking for a while, your friend looks at a bag you bought and says, "That's so pretty. Where did you get it?" You reply, "Thanks. I got it from the accessories store on the second floor." She says, "It looks great on you." You smile and say, "Thank you." Let's repeat this exchange slowly. "That's so pretty. Where did you get it?" "I got it from the accessories store on the second floor." "It looks great on you." "Thank you." Compliments like these are common in everyday English. They make conversations warm and friendly. Now imagine your friend tells you, "I want to buy something for my sister." You reply, "What kind of things does she like?" She says, She loves perfumes and jewelry. You answer, perfect, there's a perfume shop right over there. She smiles and says, let's go check it out. Practice these lines with me now. What kind of things does she like? She loves perfumes and jewelry. There's a perfume shop right over there. Let's go check it out. You see, these are everyday sentences that make your English flow naturally, just like native speakers' conversations do. You both walk into the perfume shop, and the assistant greets you. Good afternoon. Are you looking for something special? Your friend says, yes, I'm looking for a perfume for my sister. The assistant smiles and says, we have some lovely options. Would you like something floral or sweet? Your friend replies, floral, please. The assistant sprays a sample and says, try this one, it's very popular. Your friend smells it and says, it's perfect, I'll take it. The assistant says, that'll be $75. Your friend pays and says, thank you. The assistant replies, you're welcome. Have a wonderful day. Let's repeat this natural conversation now. Are you looking for something special? Yes, I'm looking for a perfume for my sister. Would you like something floral or sweet? Floral, please. It's perfect. I'll take it. Thank you. You're welcome. Smooth and realistic. That's how shopping sounds in natural English. After leaving the shop, you and your friend stop near a display and chat a little more. You say, that was a great deal. She nods and says, yeah, I'm happy with what I found. You say, I love shopping with you. It's always fun. She laughs and says, same here. Repeat those lines now. That was a great deal. I'm happy with what I found. I love shopping with you. Same here. These casual phrases make your English sound friendly and expressive, perfect for everyday conversations with friends. Now let's imagine that after a long day, you both walk out of the mall together. The night sky is full of lights from the street lamps, and the air feels soft and cool. Your friend says, I had a great time today. You reply, me too, it was really fun. She says, let's do this again soon. You smile and say, definitely. Try repeating that short dialogue with me. I had a great time today. Me too, it was really fun. Let's do this again soon. Definitely. These small expressions are so real, and you can use them anytime. Not just in the mall, but in any friendly situation. When you finally say goodbye to your friend, she says, drive safe. You reply, thanks, you too. Then she waves and says, take care. You smile and say, you too, see you soon. Practice that now. Drive safe. Thanks, you too. Take care. See you soon. These short sentences may be simple, but they're the real heart of spoken English. They make every goodbye sound warm and natural. On your drive home, you think about how many natural English situations you experienced just by being open, curious, and confident. You realize that every real-life situation is a chance to practice, even the smallest one. You can greet people, ask questions, give opinions, compliment others, and say thank you. You can live in English instead of just studying it. That's how real fluency begins, when you stop memorizing and start living through language. Now, as you drive under the quiet city lights, repeat these affirmations softly to yourself. I can speak English confidently. I can talk to anyone politely and naturally. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. Every day I'm getting better. English is part of my life now. Feel the calm confidence of these words. They're not just sentences. They're a reflection of how far you've come. You smile as you drive through the peaceful night. The mall lights fade completely behind you, but the words, phrases, and expressions from your day stay in your mind. Alive, familiar, ready to use again tomorrow. You realize that learning English through daily life isn't something you finish. It's something you live. Every greeting, every smile, every thank you is another step on your journey toward fluency. You whisper softly to yourself as you drive home. I spoke English all day today, and it felt natural. That single thought fills you with motivation. Because you know that tomorrow the world will give you more chances to practice, more moments to connect, more words to use, more smiles to share. And with every one of those moments, your English will grow stronger, smoother, and more beautiful than ever before. The next morning, as the sun rises softly and light filters through your window, you wake up feeling calm and inspired. You think about yesterday, how naturally you spoke English at the mall, how confident you felt, and how small everyday moments became your best teachers. You smile to yourself, realizing that every real-life situation has the power to help. You grow. You don't need to wait for the perfect time or place to practice English. You can start every day, anywhere, anytime, with the words you already know and the courage to use them. You get ready, have breakfast, and think about what else you can do today to keep improving. You might visit another place, maybe a park, a grocery store, or a bookstore, where you can use the same kind of English you practiced at the mall. You say to yourself, I'm going to keep speaking, even if it's just a few words. I'll use English wherever I go. You know now that fluency doesn't come overnight. It comes from moments like these, when you practice calmly, without fear, without pressure, just enjoying the rhythm of real-life English. As you get dressed and step outside, you think about all the useful phrases you learned. Excuse me, can I try this on? How much does it cost? Can I pay by card? Thank you so much. Have a great day. They're still in your mind, but now they feel comfortable, familiar, and alive. You don't have to translate them anymore. They flow naturally. You whisper them softly as you walk down the street, repeating them like a song in your head. Can I try this on? Thank you so much. Have a great day. These small sentences remind you that you've come a long way, and your English is already becoming a part of your daily life. You stop at a small cafe before going anywhere else. The barista smiles and says, "Good morning. What can I get for you?" You smile back and say, "Good morning. Can I have a cup of coffee, please?" He asks, "With milk or black?" You say, "With milk, please." He replies, "Sure. Anything to eat?" You answer, "No, thank you. Just coffee." After a few minutes, he hands it to you and says, "Here you go. Enjoy." You reply, "Thanks a lot." Let's repeat that calm conversation together now. Good morning. What can I get for you? Good morning. Can I have a cup of coffee, please? With milk or black? With milk, please. Anything to eat? No, thank you. Just coffee. Here you go. Enjoy. Thanks a lot. Perfect. This kind of exchange is the heartbeat of real English. Simple, polite, and full of warmth. As you sit by the window with your coffee, you think again about how much easier English feels now. You remember how nervous you used to be, how you would hesitate before speaking, afraid of making mistakes. But now you realize that mistakes are just part of learning. Every mistake teaches you something new. Every small sentence builds your confidence. You don't need to sound perfect. You just need to sound human, kind, and real. That's what makes communication beautiful. You sip your coffee slowly and repeat softly, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be real. You think about all the people you spoke to yesterday. The shop assistants, the baristas, the cashier, your friend, even the security guard. They all helped you practice without even knowing it. And now, those words live inside you. Do you have this in a smaller size? It looks great on you. Can I get a receipt, please? Thank you. Have a nice evening. They've become part of your voice. You whisper them again now, smiling as you say them slowly. It looks great on you. Can I get a receipt, please? Have a nice evening. Each one feels natural, simple, and clear. You finish your coffee and head outside again. The world feels a little brighter because now, everywhere you go, you see opportunities to practice English. You pass by people and say, "Good morning," with a smile. You hear a couple talking nearby and catch their sentences naturally. You're not just studying anymore. You're understanding, feeling, connecting. That's what real-life English practice does. It teaches you to live in English, not just learn it. Later in the day, you decide to visit the mall again. Not to buy anything, but just to listen, observe, and repeat. You walk through the familiar doors, and it feels like coming back to a friendly classroom that doesn't look like one. The music plays, people chat softly, and signs glow under the bright lights. You take a deep breath and start walking, this time focusing on pronunciation and listening skills. You walk past a store and hear a sales assistant say, "Can I help you find anything?" You repeat it softly to yourself. "Can I help you find anything?" You pass by a group of teenagers laughing. One of them says, "That's awesome." You smile and repeat it quietly. "That's awesome." Then you hear someone at the food court say, "Can I get a burger combo, please?" You repeat it slowly. "Can I get a burger combo, please?" Everywhere you go, English is alive around you. Every voice becomes a lesson. Every sound becomes practice. After a while, you decide to stop at a bench again near the fountain. You close your eyes and listen. You hear different voices, accents, tones. One person says, "I'll call you later." Another says, "I think it's on the first floor." A child says, "Mom, look at this." A man says, "Can you hold this for a second?" A woman says, "Thank you, have a great day." Each phrase is a piece of real conversation, real useful English that people actually speak every day. You repeat them softly under your breath, matching their rhythm and emotion. "I'll call you later." "I think it's on the first floor." "Can you hold this for a second?" "Thank you, have a great day." You open your eyes and smile, realizing that fluency doesn't just mean knowing the words. It means feeling the rhythm of real life in another language. When you walk, listen, and speak English with your heart, everything starts to flow naturally. Now let's practice a few of these real-life phrases one more time together. Repeat them after me slowly with calm rhythm. "Can I help you find anything?" "That's awesome." Can I get a burger combo, please? I'll call you later. Can you hold this for a second? Thank you. Have a great day. Excellent. You're speaking real English, the kind people use every single day. You look around and notice how your confidence feels different now. You no longer feel like a student trying to remember sentences. You feel like a person communicating naturally in English. You can express your thoughts, emotions, and kindness in another language. That's real progress. You decide to walk out of the mall one last time before heading home. The sun is setting now, and the sky turns golden, reflecting beautifully on the mall's glass walls. You take one last deep breath and smile, thinking about how this simple place has taught you so much. It wasn't a classroom, but it gave you lessons that no textbook could. Lessons about real people, real words, real voices. You whisper softly to yourself, English is not something I study anymore. It's something I live. As you walk toward the parking lot, you pass by a family talking cheerfully in English. The mother says, "Did you have fun today?" The child laughs and says, "Yes, it was so much fun." The father adds, "Let's come again next weekend." You can't help but smile. You repeat the phrases softly as you walk. Did you have fun today? Yes, it was so much fun. Let's come again next weekend. Simple, warm, full of connection. That's what language is really about. You reach your car, open the door, and sit quietly for a moment before starting the engine. You take a deep breath and say softly, "I did it." You realize how much you've learned. Not just new words, but the ability to live in English naturally, with confidence and joy. You whisper again, "I did it. I can speak, I can understand, and I can connect." As you drive away, the mall lights become smaller in your rearview mirror, but the memories of your English practice stay bright in your mind. You know that every day, every place, every moment can become your English classroom. Whether you're shopping, ordering food, talking to a friend, or even sitting quietly, there's always something to learn. There's always a new word to listen for, a new sound to repeat, a new phrase to try. You smile as you whisper to yourself, "Every day I'll speak a little more. Every day I'll grow a little more fluent." You don't need to rush. You just need to stay curious, patient, and consistent. That's how language truly becomes yours. You reach home, park your car, and step out into the soft night air. The stars are faint, but the world feels calm and full of possibility. You look up and whisper one last time, "English is part of my life now." You walk toward your door slowly, your mind still filled with gentle echoes of real-life English sentences. The greetings, the smiles, the thank yous, the polite tones. They play softly in your mind like background music. And you realize that learning English isn't about how many words you know. It's about how naturally you use the words you already have. As you step inside and close the door, you feel a peaceful satisfaction settle in your heart. You've practiced, learned, and lived the language through one simple, beautiful experience, a day at the mall. You whisper softly as if to remind yourself before sleeping, "Tomorrow I'll practice again." And with that thought, you smile, knowing that every day, every word, and every conversation will take you one step closer to the fluent, confident English speaker you've always dreamed of becoming.